Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely fantastic Honda Civic. This is a 2.2 EX diesel which has covered just 54,000 miles from new. It's got an astonishing service history, low ownership. It really is a lovely example of one of the best you're ever going to see. Going around the car, 2012 car, finished in black, which always looks good in these Civics. Apologise, just dropped my key. Go around the front. Can't believe this car's 12 years old. It still looks really fresh. Front of the car, nice and clean. Lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation. Bonnet's very good for the age of the car. Any stone chips, light indeed. Near side of the car, wonderfully smooth in the panel work. Really clean. Near side front alloy, a car this age, in absolutely amazing condition. Near side, of course, is closest to the curb, so it tends to take a bit of a bashing. Panel works very nice. Again, any marks, very minor indeed. Near side rear alloy, really lovely. I did see a little touch in just on the top of the door there, you can just see. So we just touched it in. But given the age of the car, and that was the point of the video, is to pick up on anything I can. That's about as much as I could see on the outside, because it is so clean. In the back, again, wonderfully clean. The offside, driver's side, absolutely beautifully smooth in the panel work there. Offside rear alloy, again, lovely. The normal panels kept absolutely beautifully. Panel alloy again, really nice. It'd be a struggle to think of a nicer one for this age of mileage. Coming to the back of the car, absolutely cavernous boot. This is a family car, and quite often they're quite heavily used in the back, and yet the carpet area looks almost like new. What's also nice is the people who had the car before, it's got a space saver wheel rather than the inflation kit, which is lovely to see. It's coming to the back. This is the business end of the car for family cars, and it looks like kids have been banished from the back of the car because the leatherwork is absolutely beautiful. Coming on the front, door card lovely and clean. Footwell areas likewise, and passenger seat there again looks like it's hardly ever been sat on. And so much so that if you look down there, you've got the side garnish. It's still got the original film over it from new, so no one's ever taken it off. Finally, on the driver's side, door card again lovely and clean. Same with the footwell areas. There is a full set of mats for the car, by the way. I've just neglected to put them in for the video, but they do come with the car. Driver's seat again in astonishingly clean condition. So inside the car now, as always, I have the engine running, so the dashboard is illuminated. This is the best interior in its class by a country mile. It's been kept beautifully. Sat nav, which you can see, working exactly as it should. Up the car into reverse. Then you've got a rear camera working likewise, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to this car. Carrying on down, it's just been kept simply beautifully. And that is a view you get as a driver. It's absolutely stunning, as I mentioned in the following road test video. Just in terms of not only the way it looks, but the way it works is absolutely superb. No warning lights on the dashboard at all. Just going to come over here and show you. It's 54,666 miles, and absolutely lovely in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2.2 EX diesel. This car's registered ML12KVV, and mileage at the start of the video is 54,658. Pardon me. The reason we do these videos is very simple actually. It's to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're advertising, they get to see that very car in operation. We've always felt it important, simply because like loads of people, we've been to see cars and unfortunately got there and found out it's got an obvious fault that shows up, which can be hugely frustrating. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire, even on a horrible day like today. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a test drive in the car. So come to this car. This one's very special. very special. It's been wonderfully looked after. I can't remember, I think it's 12 or 13 services, something ridiculous. To say if you watch the whole of the video if you really want to, it pretty much drives like new, which is a horrible cliche, but absolutely applicable in this case. But I'll go through the usual things, starting with the engine, and that starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engine is one of the best diesel engines you'll ever sit behind or use. It's got all the qualities you'd expect of a Honda. They're incredibly tough and reliable over huge mileages, just with good regular servicing, and it certainly had it up to this point at least anyway. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But more than that, they're just a lovely engine to use. It is one of the smoothest engines you're going to sit behind, very quiet and refined. But what's different about these to lots of its competitors, especially the smaller capacity ones, is the spread of power and the available revs to use. What I mean by that is, quite often you get in a turbo diesel and it'll feel flat, and then it'll suddenly go, and you think, crikey, that's going quick, and then it suddenly dies away because the turbo just disappears in effect. This, you put your foot down and it goes and it goes and it goes, but it does so smoothly and quietly. It's a joyful engine. Engine then feeds through the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect, nice and smooth and positive in its application. The gearbox is classic Honda, wonderful gear change. They put a huge amount of effort into these controls to make them feel substantial and beautifully engineered as they are. It is like most modern cars, a cable that actually goes from the gear lever to the gearbox underneath, but unlike so many of its competitors, you still have this lovely mechanical feel to the gear change. Just going to wait here. Let's go that way. So it feels pretty much like the gearbox is going direct down. The gear lever is going direct down to gearbox, which it isn't, but it has that feel about it. It's selection, the synchro mesh, everything about it's just lovely in feel. Crikey me, it feels like midnight at the moment, so I apologise if it's a bit dark on the video. It also feels absolutely as it would have done when it was new. There's no wear in it whatsoever. Then we come on to the steering and chassis, which is always my favourite part of these Civics, and I always say it's perfectly true. If you want to buy this car or a Civic for just to get you from A to B comfortably for your family, it does it brilliantly. It's very well judged ride, beautifully resolved, beautifully damped, very comfortable indeed. However, if you enjoy your driving still, and I do, it still rewards. It's got a real dynamic edge to the chassis. The steering, which incidentally tracks dead straight and there's no vibrations at the speed or any speed up to the legal limit. When you go into corners like this one, hardly have to turn the wheel. It's got weight to it, it's positive, it's absolutely pinpoint accurate, beautifully done, and never feels or makes the car feel nervous in any way. And then the chassis itself, as I said, it loves going through corners. It's got a great front end on the car, digs in and just deals with stuff unbelievably well. Also worth pointing out, there's absolutely no rattles or clonks from underneath the vehicle. It's just literally as tight as a drum. The brakes on the car, by the way, are fantastic. There's no pulsing, there's no vibrations, and they bite really well. Then finally coming inside, worth pointing out, at the time of doing this video, the car's literally just arrived and yet to be cleaned, and yet it literally could just go straight out to be shown to customers. It's been in beautiful condition in here. What a video never ever gets across is build quality. These are beautifully put together cars. It's always frustrated me that, you know, when they road test vehicles when they're brand new, they always, you know, the same candidates are sort of given as the build quality. Look at the Germans in particular, and because they've got heavy, thunky, clunky doors and lots of squidgy plastics. That's not build quality. Build quality is when they're 5 to 20 years old. No squeaks, no rattles, beautifully put together. Lovely car. Also, massive amount of space, huge boot, practicality to tick that box straight away. It's also really simple to use. I love this architecture. It's one of the best interiors anywhere in this class, or even the class above, certainly for its vintage. I've always admitted that is a matter of opinion, but my opinion is it looks sensational. The most conventional part is this centre stack here. So you've just got the sat nav for there, which works absolutely perfectly. One of the easiest you'll ever get to use. Which obviously has your reverse parking camera as well. Down below that you've got a dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish. It also pumps out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. All of the switchgear has that wonderful high quality damped feel that Honda gives. Every button feels just precision and beautifully manufactured. But my favourite part is this two-tier design in front, because it is genius. The upper deck is the information you can look at most regularly, notably your speed, and there it is, all by itself, digital, white on black, crystal clear, so I can look at cars coming the other way, pedestrians, cyclists, whoever it may be, but at the corner of my eye I can clearly see my speed without taking my eyes off the road for a second. It is incredibly clever. Down below that you've got more conventional pod of 3 dials, big rev counter flanked either side by the temperature and fuel gauges, and then you've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel. The car's in stunning condition in here, really been kept beautifully well. As I said at the start of the video, I mean, it's only brief, it's just to show you the car in operation. I can't fault it. This is a fantastic example. Whoever's going to be lucky enough to get this next is going to be a very happy bunny.